begin this hour with the first test of the Republican presidential primary, the Iowa caucus, which is now just 3 days away and counting. The latest polling in that state shows former President Trump with a roughly 36-point lead. He is followed by Nikki Haley, Ron DeSantis, and Vivek Ramaswamy. He's in fourth place with just under 7% of the projected vote. So Tony caught up with Mr. Ramaswamy as a businessman made his final appeal to potential voters in the state. He joins us once again from Des Moines, Iowa. Tony, it's good to see you. Yesterday, I saw you on the 3 o'clock meeting call that we have every day, and Tony told everybody on the call, you'll probably see me wear a hat for the first time on broadcast television because I know it's going to be cold. And there you are, Mr. Snow Bunny. Hello.
Hello, good morning. Yeah, mark your calendars. This is the first time in television history I'm covering my locks with a knit cap, but I need it. It is cold. This caucus is still going on, though, and Vivek Ramaswamy, he's probably one of the brasher candidates in the field. He recently said if you can't handle weather like this, you can't handle Xi Jinping. He's also definitely, for sure, the busiest candidate out here. He's the first in the history of the Iowa caucus to visit all 99 counties twice. It's a feat known as the double full Grassley after the senior senator here, Chuck Grassley, who makes a point of visiting every county. As he pointed out, so far his poll numbers are roughly in line with the temperatures here, single digits. But when we recently caught up with him in eastern Iowa, he was still very excited about his policy ideas and his chances.
I think the polls are drastically off. Absolutely. I think we have a good shot at winning the Iowa caucus.
Let's talk about Donald Trump. He has the lion's share of the support here. What's your pitch specifically to Trump voters?
I think we need somebody with fresh legs. Somebody who can reach and lead the next generation of Americans. In many cases, I'm going far further than Donald Trump.
Do you think Joe Biden loves this country?
Well, I can't speak for his mindset, but what I can say is Joe Biden has utterly failed in his mission to unite this country. We require a president who thinks independently with a spine. And that's a big part of why I think it's going to take a businessman.
But you know that being president is not the same as being CEO of America.
That's correct, because I swear an oath to the Constitution and I keep it. We have to have a vision of what this country stands for. But I think skills as having a CEO are going to be helpful right now. And I do think that starting with zero-based budgeting, that's how I've run my businesses, I am going to bring that to the federal government. Yeah. So I think there are skills a CEO can bring. This is a big one for me. Yeah. I know that if somebody works for you and you can't fire them, that means they don't work for you.
You're talking about
you work for them. I'm talking about civil service.
We're
going to fire 75% of the federal bureaucrats. That's how you drain the swamp.
There are a lot of people who would say you can't do that.
Yeah.
There are laws protecting civil servants.
Right.
So you'd have to work with Congress to get something
I disagree
changed.
with you respectfully, actually. Those civil service protections only protect against individual employee firings. They do not apply to mass firings, mass layoffs. And mass firings are absolutely what I am bringing to the D.C. bureaucracy.
So let's take immigration, another one, right?
Absolutely.
Right? Okay. You want to close the southern border and use force against Mexican drug cartels. However, I'm sure you know, you cannot use U.S. troops to carry out law enforcement duties.
Tony, I gotta say,
right?
this is a higher quality interview than we usually have, and I appreciate you getting into the details. But if the military is stationed, and I've been precise, at the border facing outward, that absolutely is within the purview of the military facing an outward foreign threat.
Right. Yeah, so the thing is, it's not whether I agree with Ramaswamy's interpretations. We pointed out repeatedly he's going to need the courts or Congress or in some cases even a constitutional amendment to get done some of the things he wants to get done. But it's not just him. The other candidates as well, the same thing holds true. This is campaigning, after all. It's about promises, and the voters here in Iowa are going to have the weekend to sort out who they think can actually deliver.
Tony, there's a difference between promises and confidence. Vivek, he doesn't lack confidence, and you were able to talk to the people. How is he translating to those in Iowa?
You know, that's a really good question. We saw him at a veterans center in a strip mall, wonderful organization. It probably held about 150 people. Every candidate has been to that location, and I asked the organizer, how come Donald Trump has not? That's the one holdout. And he said, we simply don't have the space. So we got a situation here where the alternatives to Donald Trump have to do 10 events or even 15 events for every one event that Donald Trump holds just to get the same audience, the same viewership.
Wow. All right, Tony, we appreciate you. Make sure you stay warm. And I'll tell you what, that knit beanie looks good on you, man. All right?
Thanks, Dave. Appreciate it.